I couldn't believe it when I saw that poster. Baudrillard in Boise, fucking Idaho? Are you kidding me? It was virtually an answer to an unspoken prayer, It really was. And I just couldn't believe that somebody was interested in the things that I was interested in, that I had been interested in for years and had kind of given up on in futility. I'd labored in solitude for so long. I had no one to talk to about it, no one to bounce ideas off of. It just vastly accelerated my ability, I don't get too philosophical, to interrogate, to inquire, and to see connections between things.
And so the theory underground that Dave is developing in this mission is trying to reach an audience of people who aren't just doing philosophy in a university setting. Why is there an advantage to doing philosophy outside of an academic setting?
Well, the neat thing is that you can really drill down. When you're in school, you have to do 50 things, and you do them all partially. And it's like you're digging a well, and you're digging very shallow wells. When you can drill down deep and take your time and really get into something, especially with a company of fellows, that you get into the slipstream of a great philosopher, and you just have to take the deep dive. But initially, a lot of these philosophers, they're speaking to a tradition, they're trying to resolve specific problems, and they just assume you know what those are, that you've had their life experience. So the first time you read them, you're just trying to get the lay of the land, and you may well have some insights. You may wrongly associate certain things with what they're saying, but then you'll maybe look at a secondary text, and now, since you have something to bring to the table, all the lights start going off. And then when you read the philosopher the second time, you can read them more knowledgeably. And so you're looking for things, you're better able to follow along, you're not left behind so much. The third reading, though, and these are for profound books. You don't have to read everything like this. But for a profound text, the third reading is where you've learned enough that you relate it to everything else that you begin to see the connectedness between what this philosopher is doing and the implicit, unstated situation that they were speaking to initially. You know something about that, and you see the connection between that and all sorts of other things, and you connect it to your life and the way you live and move through the world and the way you see things and interact with people, and you are not just absorbing, you're creating, you're a co-creator. When it's all said and done, you just have to put it into your own words. And there's a danger of reductionism there, but when you put it into your own words and you're bringing all these different strands together, it's really phenomenal. And that's what the third reading does.
So, a few years ago, Dave, running the Theory Club channel, had a Patreon going and discontinued accepting money from people. But since then, you have continued to make a donation monthly. And it's obviously very meaningful to Dave, meaningful to me as well, being Dave's partner. And so, why do you do that? Essentially.
Well, Dave brings people together. Whatever Dave is doing is valuable, and my life was completely changed, and I'm grateful. I can't afford to give Dave $50 a month, but I do because it brings me joy. Every time I get my Social Security, the first thing I do is send $50 to Dave, and my heart sings. And it's a sense of gratitude. I don't feel obligated to do it. I want to do it. And I want to do whatever I can to help Dave do for other people what he did for me. And I want that to continue, and it's truly, I take great joy in it. It's the best $50 I spend a month. Really is. If you can plant a seed where a handful of people meet each other and they can all have the experience that we've had face to face with each other, that would be awesome.